Bulavinaka, my name is Litia and I'm from the beautiful island of Laos and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Casey, I'm from Tabua. We love Today FM in Tabua. Today FM rocks.
My name is Selina, I'm from Tavenga Vengamba. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Pula, my name is Carlo. I love listening to the music in Today FM, in Malak Island. Today FM rock.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, police allow march with strict conditions. Ministry reveals consultation before teacher exams. And two of Suva's main bridges to open tomorrow.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Smith.
The permit for a march in Nandi to show support for the Air Terminal Services Limited workers who are in a deadlock with its management has been approved by the Fiji Police Force today. The Fiji Trades Union Congress General Secretary Felix Anthony says the march is basically to show their support towards the ATS workers. The Commissioner of Police, Brigadier General Siti Veningilio, has also stated that approval of the permit comes with its responsibilities. Felipe Naikaso has more.
The green light has been given by the Fiji Police Force. However, they've also stressed the importance of complying with the conditions of the permit.
The responsibilities of the march has been clearly divulged to Mr. Felix Anthony. And if anything goes wrong, any breaches of law, we will hold Mr. Felix Anthony accountable as he applied for the permit of that march. So he is responsible for the good conduct of that march.
The FTUC General Secretary has also made his stance clear, stating that the march is for a good cause, which is supporting the current ATS workers.
It is to protest against the actions of management and not only actions but the conduct of management in the last 20 plus days. And also I call on the government to act on this matter as soon as possible.
The police will also be out in numbers during the march this Saturday in Nandi.
We don't expect any breaches of law, but we have to plan for any worst case scenario. And I have resources with me that I can deploy to deal with the issues that might arise.
This is a milestone for workers' rights movements, and we look forward to the support of the whole nation. We have the Vanua who are coming over, families of the workers, the unions, as well as political parties.
The march, which is to support these ATS workers, has been planned this Saturday for 10 o'clock and will begin from the Nandi Temple end and will go through Nandi town. Felipe Naikaso, FBC News.
The Social Democratic Liberal Party will rally to support the march organised by the Fiji Trades Union Congress this Saturday. SODELPA leader Sitiveni Rambuka has appreciated the government's decision to support the march. The party confirms its members will also be part of the march.
First of all, very much encouraged that the government has given a permit for the march. It's a very good indication of their willingness to let the people freely participate.
I'm here speaking really to call on the support of the public. The permit is being issued and we're very grateful for that, to show solidarity for the workers in their concerns.
Fiji had a population of 884,887 when the census was taken in September and October. This is an increase of 47,616 or 5.7% from 2007. Anravulo with this report.
The Fiji Bureau of Statistics say the median age of the populace is 27.5 years, which means that half of the population is below that age, the other half above. The new figures also reveal that 69% of the population is below the age of 40. Men make up 50.7% of the population, while women make up 49.3%, almost an even split. While the proportion of males under the age of 59 was higher, the female population was higher at 60 and above, indicating women are living longer. Just under 56% of Fiji's population reside in urban areas, up from about 51% in 2007. The growth of about 5% in urban residents coincides with a decline of 21,790 in the rural population.
Meanwhile, the unemployment rate was down to 4.5%, the lowest in 20 years. Ana Ravulu, FBC News. The Education Ministry says the English proficiency and job test should not come as a surprise to the Fiji Teachers Union and other stakeholders. The union has raised its concerns with the tests, which has seen 50% of new graduates fail the English test. But the ministry says the union was aware of this from last year. Savara Thambor reports.
The Education Ministry says that the much talk about English proficiency and job test was discussed with the Fiji Teachers Union and the Fijian Teachers Association last year. Examples were also discussed between the ministry and the unions before the implementation of the test.
We mooted the idea, and what Agni is saying now is what he was stating to us as his personal view on the whole process when we discuss it through the Fiji Teacher Registration Board. But the fact is we all agreed that the weaknesses are there.
FTU General Secretary Agni Deo Singh says the test should be one of the requirements pre-graduation.
If their English is still poor, then we must do some soul searching. Where did we go wrong? How did we certificate them? And the Fiji Teachers Union has been submitting to the ministry for several years now that the gate is not after they graduate. The gate is at the teacher training institutions.
We look at it from the perspective of an employer. If we are to guarantee our stakeholders and our parents and the Fijian community as a whole that we are employing quality teachers, then we have to put it or institute it within the ministry's recruiting system.
Meanwhile, more than 3,000 teachers sat for the first test, which was prepared by the ministry, out of which more than 1,600 had passed. Sabira Tambua, FBC News.
The Watuanga and Stinson bridges in Suva is expected to open to traffic from tomorrow afternoon. The Fiji Roads Authority says both bridges took about 18 months to complete, and their contractors have done an excellent job despite many challenges. FRA Chief Executive Jonathan Moore says this will simply allow traffic to ease.
Watuanga and Stinson Parade are both opening tomorrow. First bridge, Watuanga, will be opening around 10 o'clock in the morning. The Prime Minister, I understand, is coming down to open the bridges, which is great. It's highly important for Fiji Roads Authority to get these bridges working. It's a great benefit to everybody in Suva, because it means that we now have alternative routes in and around the city.
Still to come, 7,500 Fijians to get electricity. And police nab 30 in drug crimes. Stay with us.
Bula, kera mai singatoka, kera ndo talita kana varorong na Radio Fiji 1 and ndo moi viti.
Ayaw na rin siya. Kombinasyon mo tikola ndo talita kana Radio Fiji 1 kina ndo moi viti.
Kaya kuyazo silil tale, nagurara may nawamanyi, nandunga. Gitu talita gini ang gitu pinasabale, nanggunto rongo. Barong na Radio Fiji 1 nando moi viti.
Na Radio Fiji 1 nando moi viti na bonga ni BNN.
7,500 families will be connected to the Fiji Electricity Authority grid by the end of this year. In a submission to the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Economic Affairs on the review of FEA's 2016 annual report, Permanent Secretary for Public Enterprises David Kolitangane explained that Fiji is on target to ensuring every Fijian has access to electricity by 2025. Maggie Boyle reports.
148 projects are in the pipeline to connect more Fijians to the FEA.
Out of this allocation, Madam Chair, 32 million alone is allocated for FEA grid extension. If I remember correctly, Madam Chair, just 6 years ago, this allocation was about 10, half of this.
The rural electrification project remains a high priority for government, with a goal of 90% of all energy expected to be renewable.
We have 63% from hydro, 45% from industrial diesel oil. This is for the running of generators. 0.39% from wind, and about 1.1% from the IPP, or from the independent power producers.
Committee members questioned whether this was feasible given future developments.
Covers the future demands that are coming, and the demand, as correctly stated, is coming. The big demands are coming from the industrial players. Yeah?
That hydro appears to be the dominant option for Fiji. Is that what you're saying here?
It's an option that is still on the table, members. But as I mentioned, there's FEA is also considering, as well as government considering other technologies that are available coming up in the markets.
The availability of electrical power also allows for increased water connections, providing more Fijians with safe, clean drinking water. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Around 30 people have been arrested by police in the past 3 weeks alone for being in possession of drugs. Police Chief of Operations ACP Rusiate Tunravu says drugs seized were marijuana and methamphetamine. Kelly Vadala has the details.
Over the last few days, police have uprooted plants believed to be marijuana from around the country, seizing parcels and sachets of dried leaves from homes and farms of suspected dealers. A drug raid at Wailelai settlement in Naimbolini, Wainimbuka yesterday saw officers uprooting plants ranging up to 3 meters in height.
We have recorded almost drug arrests every day. That's those that are found in possession, starting from the 15th of December up until now.
On Monday last week, a 47-year-old farmer at Nasavu settlement in Bua was found with sachets of substances wrapped in foil and dried leaves believed to be marijuana. A team from the Valelevu police station uprooted plants believed to be marijuana from a home in Newtown settlement on Sunday.
I'm just giving out a stern warning now to the members, especially the youths and those that would like to outsmart police in terms of illicit drugs. This is an area we'll be focusing on again this year.
Meanwhile, a 47-year-old businessman of Malolo, Nandi was arrested and charged after a raid conducted by Nandi police last Friday resulted in the seizure of parcels of dried leaves and plants, later confirmed to be marijuana. Tundravu is urging Fijians to call Crime Stoppers on 919 or any command centers if they have any information on the illegal drug trade. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
A 51-seater Tambara bus was destroyed in a fire at McCoy yesterday evening. The bus was engulfed in flames just after 6 p.m. Thankfully, no one was injured. Anna Ravulo with the story.
It was a horrific experience for the 25 passengers on board the bus, especially for the man behind the wheel.
First of all, light, it must light. Smoke coming there. Here, all the passenger. 5 minutes, 5 minutes. Police time. All the ambulance, fire brigade.
LTA Chair Vijay Maharaj says bus companies should go through phases before their buses are allowed on our roads. There are 3 phases for quality assurance maintenance system. The phase 1 check the workshop and the maintenance management system, which includes the daily inspection list, defect reporting register, vehicle safety inspection register, and program maintenance register. The most difficult phase is phase 1, and so far only 16 bus companies have met 100% quality assurance maintenance system phase 1. National Fire Authority and police are now conducting their investigation to ascertain the cause of fire. Meanwhile, one of the Tambara buses was also burnt 3 months ago near the runabout in Nausori. Anna Ravulo, FBC News.
Minister for Waterways, Dr. Mahendra Reddy, is demanding more action from various municipalities in solving drainage issues. In their first meeting today, he highlighted the need for a more active approach from each town council. Ali Kimbia reports.
Putting pen to paper in what is to be the solution of drainage issues in every municipality, with the minister reiterating the need for more work.
Municipal councils must utilize the grants as efficiently and effectively as possible and must take action to improve its efficiency and effectiveness as required by the government.
With government allocating $1.3 million for the new ministry, Reddy says they will deal with the drainage issues in a very comprehensive manner. For this head of various municipalities, the establishment of the new ministry is very timely.
We can do 24 projects from the money. We already selected we already tendered the works. We are now in the process of selecting the contractors.
The setting of them is very timely. Everybody's been talking about the COP23 and the effect of climate change on the environment. And all of us, all the councils, in fact, facing this problem, drainage problem and waterways.
More than 11 municipalities will benefit from the grant, and Reddy says transparency must prevail. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
Ahead in sports with Jamie, John Stewart eyes Flying Fijians jumper, but we now join Akosita Tale for the latest in business.
Thanks, Jackie. Good evening. Coming up, export and import price index increased in 2017, and in growing Fiji, newly redeveloped Garden City to open soon. Stay with us.
Moala radada ranavika o tikongona tauna singa toka ando talisaka na wakaronga ng Bula FM number 2 na sere.
Ya dora subuni kurna bili. Ibora ni batu kara hambara binaranga. Do talitakina na wakaronga ng Bula FM number 2 na sere. Bula.
Bula FM number 2 na sere.
Leading business tonight, the International Merchandise Terms of Trade Price Index rose by 0.2% in 2017 when compared to the same period in 2016. These statistics were revealed by the Fiji Bureau of Statistics in their June quarter 2017 report. Export price index in June 2016 stood at 104.3, while it increased to 104.5 in June 2017 and increased by 0.1%. Import price index in June 2016 stood at 101.3, while it stood at 101.9 for the same period in 2017 and increased by 0.6%. Also, international merchandise for terms of trade decreased by 0.4% in the June quarter when compared to the same quarter in 2016. And we now join Rocco from HFC Bank with the latest from the stock market.
Thank you. Let's see the latest developments in the market. We saw a rise in global bond yields yesterday. The US 10-year Treasury yields rose from 2.48% to 2.54%, the highest since March 2017. The German and UK yields also rose by similar magnitude. Global equities also rose, with most US indices making fresh record highs. At the end of the day, the financial heavy Dow Jones Industrial Average was up by 104.76 points, the S&P 500 added 3.77 points, and the Nasdaq Composite gained 6.4 points. Commodities were generally solid, with WTI rising 1.5%, although gold fell by 0.7%. Tomorrow morning, we'll see the U.S. release its export and import price indexes, together with the average yield on the notes auctioned by U.S. Department of Treasury. So we'll wait to see if this will have any impact on the direction the greenback takes in the morning. And that's all from me for now. Vinaka.
Thanks, Rocco. Now looking at today's currency exchange rate set this morning for the Fijian dollar, the dollar rose against the Chinese yuan, the Aussie dollar, the Kiwi dollar and the euro, while pretty much holding its own against other currencies. On the commodities market, oil prices were up at $63.39 a barrel, gold dropped to $1,310, while silver dropped again today to $16.92 an ounce. And in growing Fiji, the Garden City Business Park along Grantham Road in Raiwai Suva is expected to be complete in the next few months. The redevelopment work, which began in October 2016, sees a 3-acre complex being demolished to build a totally new structure. Pranita Prakash reports around $10 million has been invested into this project.
Local businessman and owner of the Garden City, Wa Singh, says majority of the work has been completed.
We've made good progress.
I think we should be completed by the second half of, or the early second half of this year. I would say we're probably about 70% completed. Most of our structural work is completed, and we've got a lot of finishing works to be done. There are certain sections that we're waiting for current tenants to relocate before we can start work.
Local contractors have been engaged for this project, where 70 workers are currently involved in the construction phase.
There are actually no outside contractors involved. We're doing this building on a self-build basis with the support of my architects, structural engineers, services engineers, quantity surveyors, and other specialist consultants.
The public is also looking forward to the completion of this project.
It will get people's employment, and it will bring the crowd out of the city.
The completion of the project, it will create more jobs.
I think this project will bring in a lot of people around here. As you know, this is a very busy place.
The complex will have 65 shops, which will include convenience stores, food courts and commercial businesses, as well as a trade and exhibition center. More than 200 new jobs are expected to be created once the complex opens. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
That's business this evening. Now to sports. Here's Jamie with the latest.
Thanks, Akashita, and good evening in sports tonight. John Stewart to focus on his 15s career. And the Bambasingha Lions ready to create major upset. This and more coming up.
मैं प्रेमिला वायरुकू रेकी रेकी से सुबह मेरी आँख खुलती है तो मैं मिर्ची एफएम सुनती हूँ. मिर्ची एफएम is number 1. It's so hot.
हम लोग बार टाउन के कैरियर ड्राइवर लोगों ने हम लोग के मिर्ची एफएम सुनो अच्छा लगे. मिर्ची एफएम is hot.
हाय, मैं संध्या नारियल रेफ्रिकी से. मेरे सारे दोस्त मिर्ची एफएम सुनते हैं. मिर्ची एफएम is hot. I love मिर्ची एफएम.
हमें स्पिन टोटो हुआ कि मिर्ची एफएम में सबसे अच्छा गाना बजे.
मिर्ची एफएम, it's hot.
After captaining the Fijian Drua through its first Australian National Rugby Championship and featuring for the Fiji Sevens team in Dubai and South Africa, John Stewart has his eyes set on another goal this year, a solid spot in the National 15s team. He admits, though, there is one thing that he'll need to improve on in order to achieve this. Luciana Tangitakumba reports.
27-year-old John Stewart was part of the Fiji Sevens team in the Dubai and South Africa Sevens leg. However, for this year, it's all about playing for the Flying Fijians.
For Sevens, I'm still on a break, and as for 15s, preparation has gone underway, and especially for the off-season, and really looking forward to another good year for the Ndrua team if we get selected, and not for only that, but for a good year of rugby this year.
John, who has been selected to represent Suva in the provincial tents this week, says that he is working on improving his weakness this year.
Definitely my defense. I'd really love to work on my defense this year, as any player can attack, but the main focus is our defense, and that is one of my weaknesses, and I will really admit that I will really try and improve this year.
Meanwhile, Fijian Drua loose forward Penny Rendre will be playing tens for the first time and says he is expecting competitions from other local players.
Glad for the selection. Now it's just looking forward for Saturday. This is my first time playing tens for provincial, so it's a big learning curve for me, and I'm looking forward to representing Suva in the provincial tens.
The Fiji Rugby Union Provincial Skipper Competition will be held on Saturday with top 8 provincial teams vying for a spot in the team to the upcoming Brisbane Global Tens competition next month. Luciana Tangitakimbau, FBC Sports.
Athletics Fiji is encouraging its athletes to improve performances before it finalizes its Commonwealth Games squad. With 5 of its allocated 9 spots all but confirmed, Officials are urging national reps to put in the hard work to get a chance to compete with some of the best in the world at the Gold Coast Games. Meli Tavanga reports.
Athletics Fiji is prioritizing gold medalists at the 2017 Pacific Mini Games to fill the quota of 9 athletes.
The high jumper, there's Chantel Lockington, who also won the gold in the high jump. There's Petero V. Tambamaki in the 1500, and the 800 he can double up there, as well as Miri Senokonoko and Aaron Pau, who are the front runners at the moment. We have 6 silver medalists, and we have them on the radar as well.
While Athletics Fiji is negotiating to get more spots, other athletes have been given a time frame to impress the selectors.
We've given the opportunity to the rest of those athletes who were in the Pacific Games, as well as some of our other national athletes who didn't attend the Pacific Games due to their own personal reasons, whatever it was. We're giving everybody till the end of 24th of February.
Meanwhile, Fiji Athletics head coach Albert Miller says Fijian athletes should be on their toes, as the April Games will feature elite athletes from around the globe.
For them, they really need to lift, their game plan to the next level in order to be competitive. Not just to take part, but make sure that you're competitive and and advance to the next stages of the competition.
The 2018 Commonwealth Games will be held from the 4th to the 15th of April. Meli Tavanga, FBC Sports.
National football rep Amani Makoe will rejoin the Lambasa football side against Lautoka in the return leg of the Pele Garments Champion vs. Champion series on Friday. Makoe returns from a 1-match suspension after being red-carded in Lambasa's last match of the IDC, and is sure to add more firepower to the Mbambasinga squad, gunning for a 3rd CBC title. Vasnil Prasad reports.
It's now or never for the Mbambasinga Lions as they prepare to face a star-studded Lautoka football team in the second leg of the Champion vs. Champion series. Captain Antonio Tuivuna hopes to prove a lucky man for the side on Friday.
We're preparing now, and even preparing myself to lead the side this week in Lautoka.
A 0-0 draw against the Lautoka last weekend has boosted the morale of the players in camp.
I would say thanks to the boys for the game last week. We played at our home. We saw, and it's a good result for us.
Lambasa has only appeared 3 times in the CVC series since its inception in 1992. These players are desperate to create one of the biggest upsets at Chechel Park.
Home crowd cheering them, so they'll come hard on us, and we are ready for the battle.
With the inclusion of defender Amani Makoe, it gives coach Bal Sanju Reddy more options for his starting lineup.
It's a team effort and team commitment that can make my team go in Lautoka, play with Lautoka, and at least get the glory to the north.
The Lambasa-Lautoka match will turn out to be an interesting one on Friday night, as both teams have only won the title twice between them in 25 years since CVC has been played. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
The Mba football side has roped in 3 Canadians to be part of their campaign this season as the Men in Black prepare for the Vodafone Premier League and the OFC Champions League next month. The 3 are being relied on to help change the fortunes of the giants of Fijian football. Eroni Tuinuku reports.
Troy Watson, Nathan Brown and Amal Singh have joined the Mba football team as they prepare for the Premier League and the OFC Champions League. While they are yet to receive the international clearance, but team manager Arvind Singh says it's a timely boost.
We have included our 3 players from overseas. They have just joined yesterday, and they came from Canada, Toronto, Canada, and they are good. One is a defender, one is a midfield, and one is a striker.
The Men in Black kicks off its National League campaign against Nandi this weekend. They hope for a flying start to the new season.
The same boys, and they have played the final in IDC, and we have lost in the penalty kicks against the champion Lautoka.
Fiji Football Association President Rajesh Patel says there are certain rules the district need to adhere to before bringing overseas players.
You're allowed to bring in foreign players, and that's restricted to 3. And this is something that we want to keep it.
Ba plays Nandi at 3 p.m. at Prince Charles Park on Sunday. Eroni Tuinuku, FBC Sports.
Fiji football star Roy Krishna and his Wellington Phoenix club remain dead last on the A-League ladder, with time running out to make a push for the top 6. As TVNZ finds out, chances of the team turning things around this season are highly unlikely. Roger Federer was busy at the practice court today, wasting no time as he prepares for his title defense at the Australian Open. Today's play of the day comes from the changing rooms. The just concluded Ashes series started with spiteful barbs, but finished with shared beers in the SCG rooms. Former Australian cricket player and commentator Mark Taylor got a bit too close to the action after Australia's 4-0 series win over England. That's it from Sports Tonight. Angie joins you later on with weather and in new media. Take a look at the Listen app that makes your phone number smarter. Find out how after the break.
Bula, kera mai singatoka, kera ndo tali taka na varorong na Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti.
Ayaw na rin siya. Ito kami nasong mutipola, ndo tali taka na Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti.
Kaya kuyazo sila tali, nagurara may naomani, nandunga. Gitu tali tajiri ang gitu Venezuela, nagudurong varorong na Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti.
Na Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti na bonga ni BNN.
A new mobile application called Listen wants to make phone numbers smarter by giving you more control over who's texting and calling, thanks to a variety of features like whitelists, reminders, autoresponders, mute buttons and more. Listen essentially wants to be a better Google voice. It's weather time now with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. It's the hump day and the weather today was quite humpy as well. Showers with sunshine and cloudiness prevailed over most areas of the nation. Showers are coming in the picture, so let's see what the other centers experienced. Looking in the west, pretty much a clear day, but expect rain later tonight to cool all this heat. Eastwards from Pekhaba to Suva, a sunny one with cool breezes. Showers are also likely overnight. And up north, much the same as others, light rain is indicated for tonight as well. At sea, east to southeast winds 15 to 20 knots with moderate to rough seas. And for the tides, high tide tomorrow morning will be at 3:24 with a low tide at 9:10. Sunrise will be at 6:40. For tomorrow, the day will begin with light showers but will clear as we break through the day. However, evening showers will await to welcome us. Tomorrow's temps, Suva is thought to be the coolest with highs of 29 degrees. And looking further on to Friday, a mix of sun and showers are likely. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In Fijian Pulse today, we asked, should LTA conduct more regular checks on buses in light of the recent bus fire?
There should be lots of checks. But once every month.
They have to do his job. LTA didn't do his job like checking the bus. They were only doing all the cars and like that.
I think there should be more proper check. All buses, safety of children and the public.
Yes, I think LTA should do regular checks on every bus because it's important for the safety of people.
In the world of the weird and the wonderful, Lee and Rena are in love, but both struggle from obesity. We meet 42-year-old Lee weighing 323 kilos and 39-year-old Rena who weighs 246 kilos. Recapping the main stories, police allow march with strict conditions, ministry reveals consultation before teachers' exams, and two of Suva's main bridges to open tomorrow. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question, We're asking, should officers who abuse police vehicles be charged? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, our shot of the day, sent in by Moji Wanga and Viliame Tui from Nandi. Sunset picture was taken at Sonai Sali Beach. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, stay safe. Good night.
Bula, kera mai singatoka, kera ndo tali taka na varorong na Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti.
Kaya na rin siya. Utiko minasong futikola, ndo tali taka na Radio Fiji 1 kina Domoy Viti.
Kaya kuyazo sila tali, nagurara may nawamanyi, nandunga. Gitu tali tajiri ang gitu pinasawali, nagunto rongo. Barong na Radio Fiji 1 na Domoy Viti.
Na Radio Fiji 1 na Domoy Viti na bonga ni BNN.